welcome to Two Poor Artists, where they're poor and making sequels, but mostly they're poor and making art.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj.
And happy 2-year anniversary to you, Benj.
Thank you.
2 years and 2 days today.
Yep, and 2 years of Josh sitting in the corner. He finally decided to give the intro.
Yeah, he moved his chair uncomfortably close today. It's like I could feel his breath as he... Like there was a single piece of spit that made it onto my face as he spoke the intro today. But that's what...
I just really like you guys a lot.
Thanks, Josh. We like you too.
The fans feel the same
But we like you more.
About you.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans think about you primarily.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're comfortable in your corner.
I think I imagine that while they're watching us, they imagine him in the corner.
Yeah, I mean,
while they imagine us drawing.
What else would they imagine? You know, Josh, let's not just imagine it though. Why don't you just back to your corner? You know, get back.
Okay, it's okay.
No, you don't have to leave. You just have to get in your corner. No, you don't. Oh, okay. Good job. He has a chair and everything, guys. Some people, I imagine, picture him on like a little, you know, like those little like
Gollum,
step stools.
Gollum sitting.
Yeah, like perched on like a rock, like a fish in his mouth. I can assure you, there's no rock.
Yeah, his chair is actually more comfortable than ours.
It is actually way more comfortable, so don't feel too bad. He also doesn't have to suffer the constant ridicule that we give each other during our art.
No, he just ridicules us.
He just gives us the occasional disappointed look. Not undeserving either, but let's not think about Josh anymore. That's not why you're here. Maybe it is here. Maybe you're just like a really big Josh in the corner fan.
I picked up the phone off the table. It wasn't my phone. It was Josh's phone.
See, he made it all the way over to the table. That's not okay. But you know what? It is okay. We have been doing this for 2 whole years now. Did you ever think that would happen?
Yep. I didn't even know it had happened until you told me today.
Yeah. Last year, if you remember, we actually forgot our 1-year anniversary until a month later.
Yep.
So as we were randomly discussing that event this morning, we remembered that it was our 2-year anniversary 2 days ago.
I believed it was gonna happen.
Get,
I like you guys.
I
I knew you guys could do it.
It's like a dog.
You heard it here though. Josh thought we'd get to 2 years from day one.
Aw, you're the only one. But that means we get to draw Anniversary, the sequel.
Yep.
See, I personally...
I think it's the first time that we're doing a duplicate title too.
It's not a duplicate title. We're not drawing Anniversary. We're drawing Anniversary, the sequel.
Right, but that's basically a duplicate title.
It has the words "the" and "sequel" in it. That's much different. It's only 33%. 0.3 repeating, of course, the same as last year's title.
Right.
By the way, when you Google Anniversary, the sequel, so you can make sure you spell it right later when you're writing the title,
Is there a movie?
E.T. comes up.
Oh.
And Oliver Twist. Not entirely sure why, but you know.
They're sequels.
Okay, so Anniversary.
What is E.T. the sequel of?
I don't think it is. I think it's the word anniversary, the 30th anniversary of that.
Oh. But wait, but that says the sequel that never was and 3 decades. Oh, there never was a sequel.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You would think E.T. would have gotten a sequel.
Yeah.
If we're getting a sequel this year, you'd think something like a, film masterpiece like E.T. I've never actually seen E.T. People obviously still talk about it.
It's surprising that there's a movie that I've seen multiple times that you've never seen.
That is really weird.
It's usually the opposite, if anything.
I feel like my parents never let us watch it growing up for some reason.
They don't like the idea of aliens.
No, because we watched plenty of other
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star Wars has E.T. like in it.
There's a good Easter egg fact for you fans, so you can turn off this video and go look up this. We're here to help. In what is it, episode 1 or episode 2?
Yeah, it's whichever.
Or episode 3.
Whichever one they had like the Senate all meeting together.
My sister's calling me. Should I answer it? Hello?
While we take this little break, please enjoy this music. Do 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 do.
And we're back.
This is like the longest intro before.
Well, we're going to
drawing
cut a bunch of
started.
this out. But anyway, let's get to drawing. The sequel, anniversary, the sequel. Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank goodness, because I'm not. What comes to your mind when you think of sequels?
Like movies mostly.
It's like there's big expectations, right?
How I wish there was a Sky High sequel.
Sky High sequel would have been
Yeah.
terrible.
I think it probably would have been pretty good.
I think the first one was like a cult classic.
I think you just mean classic.
I think there's very few people who even remember this movie, which makes it cult.
If our
We're part of that cult.
if our tier list video ever comes out, our second channel, we can talk all about it.
All right, here we go. Anniversary, the sequel.
You finally started drawing.
There was an interruption. Blame family. So when I think of sequels, I think of like Star Wars, because there's a lot of them, or like Mission Impossible. There's
Star
like
Wars doesn't have a lot of like. You only consider the three movies the sequels because
they
there's
call
like the
them the sequel
original,
trilogy.
then the
but
prequel trilogy. Like there's the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the sequel trilogy.
yeah, I mean that's kind of how it works, right? But everything after Episode 4 was kind of a sequel in a way too. Even though there's prequels, they're also sequels. It's
Right.
very complicated.
But thinking about our channel, this is more like the third season. Like it's our second anniversary, but like the first,
Do we get seasons?
well, I mean, if we were to have anything, it would be seasons, right?
I suppose that's true.
Because we're more like a show than a movie. Although lengthwise, I guess we're kind of like a movie every week.
I think it's encouraging that there's probably more Two Poor Artists content than there is Star Wars movie content. So really,
there might almost be more than all Star Wars like film, like shows, movies, everything combined.
no, I mean there's a lot of Clone Wars and Rebels and
yeah, but
the
they don't
Christmas
come out with
special
an
and-
hour every week. Like the whole,
we don't do an hour every week, do we?
yeah, I guess more like 40 minutes to an hour.
It depends on if I'm here or not.
Yeah.
You drew with Kaylin last week and it wasn't.
Oh, it was almost good until the pinky became twice the size
Well,
of the
there's a
thumb.
reason for that, actually. I thought about it this time.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a reason that there's a swollen pinky. It's right there. We'll come back to that. But in case you didn't know, people
did he
who
get a paper cut and it caused the swole?
he's
that
allergic to paper. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But in case you married folks out there or poor artists out there don't know this, there are like decided upon gifts, not even gifts, like themes for gifts that you're supposed to give every anniversary. Like the first anniversary, in case you didn't already know, it's not too late. You can run out to the local stationery store
First.
for the paper gift of the first year, right? So you got things like Post-it notes you can give. I guess they assume like I think what it really assumes is like when you just get married, you're dirt poor. You're just there's no hope of a good gift, so they're like, don't worry,
thought-
it's the paper anniversary.
I thought it was more related to like the strength of the material.
Oh, is that
Like paper is weak, and then
like a marriage in the first year is weak?
like yeah, like the idea that the relationship hasn't grown strong. I mean, I think most of these anniversary things came out before, like like back when people were being marriaged by by like their parents just giving them
Yeah,
off.
but there's a
for
lot of
marriage.
weird ones, right? Like, there's not just like normal.
I mean, when you're talking about like 60 years, you gotta have some weird ones in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just because people are weird, but that's not like, okay. So the first year is paper.
Mm-hmm.
Our second year is cotton, which
Right.
we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
But then leather,
Yeah, slightly stronger than cotton.
flowers, and fruit.
Yeah, flowers and
Stronger than
fruit's
leather?
Stronger than
I
leather.
don't think that's true. Then wood, which makes the progression to iron, makes sense. But then you go back to
Yeah.
wool.
Yeah, I think some of them were added in later. Like it was originally a
Bronze,
progression of
Then
strength.
you have willow or pottery.
Mm-hmm.
I like how there's some actually, like the seventh is actually not just wool, it's copper and wool.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, there's a man in the relationship too.
Yeah.
He wants something made
Well,
out
it was
of
probably
metal.
originally copper, and then they're like, yeah, well, but
Okay.
we can't just have
Explain the
everything
20th anniversary
metal.
then, where it's... Oh, there's traditional and modern, by the way. But let's not even get into that. Let's go with tradition. This is all tradition. 20 is China.
Mhm.
That's not strong.
Yeah.
That's like
I-
20 years. It could shatter.
Yeah,
Very careful this year.
The 20th year is a year of many divorces.
Apparently. The modern starts with clocks. So explain that one. You buy
It's
someone like a watch.
If you made it past the China anniversary, your relationship's like clockwork.
But that's the first anniversary in modern. The modern list is
In
clocks.
the modern verse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the modern's unrelated. I'm not talking about a modern one. I think some of them were added in after, like because they're like, okay, we just realized that all of these are like just metal things now. Let's throw in some flowers and stuff every once in a while.
Do you like my fancy E?
I think you mean your mistake. E.
No, it was intentional.
Oh.
I just didn't know what to call it at the end. So fancy. Look at this bulletin board. This is the only kind of bulletin board you have during your first year of marriage. It's the kind where it's like, it hung on my college dormitory back when the college was being built. Then they decided to revamp the whole dormitory, so they gave it to me. 28 years old, that bulletin board, back when they invented corkboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then they like hang it up in their one bedroom apartment
Mm-hmm.
in New York City.
It's just such a specific scenario.
Isn't that what happens to everyone? If I've seen one movie, I've seen them all. That's what happens in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's never anybody who falls in love and gets married and gets an apartment anywhere but New York City.
Right.
Like, there's no good romance movies that don't happen in New York City.
I mean, there's like all the Hallmark movies.
Okay, but it's always like
And what about-
they all start in New York City with one person
What
who's
about
like,
like the old timey ones, like Pride and Prejudice? That wasn't in New York, and if it was,
because New York didn't exist at the
it
time.
was a very different New York.
It was in like York, like back in England.
Yep. Just saying, they don't all happen in New York apartments. I have a suggestion for you people coming up on your 1 year anniversary for marriage. Don't get your significant other stationary. Like if you're gonna do these things and follow them, write them a letter or learn origami.
I mean,
That's
that's
just-
a lot of pressure.
I'm just giving you some advice here. You know, just in case you're looking at Isaac's advice and taking it, you're like, oh, Isaac's the married one and Ben's isn't married, so we should listen to Isaac.
I will have you know, I
just
don't think
don't.
I ever gave my wife stationery.
I bet you did.
I mean, I wrote her letters and stuff, but I didn't like, here, I thought this paper, weight, and color and texture. It's made of, it can't even be like linen paper.
I
think
saw
have a
this at
different
Office
year.
Max and it made me
Yeah.
think of you.
It made me think of how you're white and thin.
Look at it. 53 pounds. Parchment paper. Just like you.
That would be terrible. So that's paper. That's year one.
I
John-
like that it says it's your paper allergy.
That's not an O.
It looks like a 0, actually. Oh, with the line through it. It's definitely not an E. We can all agree on that.
Okay, the cotton, though. What do you get somebody for the cotton anniversary?
You could go to like Hobby Lobby and get one of those like cotton sticks that they use for decorating.
And the one that like people were like ready to boycott over?
Yeah, I don't really
Like,
understand
how
that.
dare you have a plant
Yeah.
that
You can't decorate with plants in your house.
just not that
Losers.
plant? I guess
mean,
you could get them like a.
I do agree though that the cotton plant's not really a good decorating plant. It's kind of boring.
Why do you think people use it then?
Wow, that one arm. What?
It's the kind of shirt that their spouse.
And it's so small.
You know how bad straight up cotton socks would be
I
because
mean,
they'd have no elastic in them.
Oh yeah,
You'd
like
have to get the
zero
kind of
elastic.
socks that have like, you know, like the what do they call those things that men used to like George Washington wore?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They
You'd
like
have to get,
pulled them
like-
up to their
Yeah, you'd have to
They
get
had
like
a
a
hook.
leather strap.
They had like a
and
fishing
then-
hook on one side, and you
Yeah.
like attached them to your
Mm-hmm.
collar,
Yeah,
your belt,
and then well, you attach them to your underwear,
which was like
which was like
underwear.
long. It was like long underwear.
Yeah, so your socks wouldn't fall down because that'd be
Yeah.
embarrassing while you're signing the Declaration of
Mhm,
Independence.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, they didn't let people sign the Declaration of Independence whose socks fell down.
Yeah, they're like what? Show us where your socks are.
Yeah, yeah. Show us the hook. Show us the hook, George.
You better be connected securely,
Let's
To your
let's do
underwear,
a sock check, all
which
right?
is also connected to your suspenders. Everything's got
Also
to be
connected
held.
to your undershirt and your jacket.
Are you listening, Lin-Manuel Miranda? You gotta do a song about this now, about their socks while signing the Declaration of Independence.
I don't even get that joke, but
I think
I'm
it's
sure.
what modern hip.
I'm sure some of our
musical-
audience
It's
does.
a Hamilton joke for all my musical nerds out there.
Josh, I liked it much better when you were glued to your corner. Just because we freed you, I mean, just because it's our
The
2-year
cage is
anniversary.
gone. Well, I mean, we didn't mean to get rid of the cage. We built it out of cotton today because of the cotton anniversary.
In case you didn't know, Josh's corner always matches our prompt. It's
it
been
gets
interesting.
weird sometimes.
Tears of the Kingdom made of tears.
Yeah,
Yeah, it somehow that kept him
yeah. But cotton, you can't hold him
decided to
back.
escape. Next week we draw jail cell. Anyway, what else is made out of cotton? You know how you have like Q-tips? I think by the second anniversary, you've let your spouse see you clean your ears.
Yep. You have
Yeah.
to wait till then.
Yeah, you do. You get them.
Because if you do it too early, you won't you'll probably end up finding out that your spouse is one of those people that are like, you're not supposed to put anything in your ears, and then they like yell at you and
Yeah, and then it's
annoying.
over
You're
before
like,
you.
yeah, you're like, well, I'm not really putting it in my ear. I'm just cleaning like near the inside
That's
of my
toilet
ear.
paper roll. Toilet paper's made out of cotton, right?
Yeah, I guess
Josh, will you look that up for us, please?
we need to know.
But anyway, this is the cotton
What about
anniversary.
money? Isn't money made out of cotton?
Yeah, but you don't give that. Everybody knows that's a bad gift for a loved one. Well, like a romantic.
I think lots of people like money.
Yeah, but it's like it's seen as
Does he also have a cotton out? Or has it been like that since?
his hand has gotten worse in general over the years.
Yeah, well,
Marriage will do that
that's
to you.
yeah, his thumb shriveled up and died
Yeah, I mean it's just
like a prune.
like a prune.
Like, look at his thumb. The first year. Also, like his hands, like weird. I mean, did you find out, Josh?
It has fibers of cellulose, a polysaccharide that comes from a variety of plant materials, including wood and cotton. So
Was that a
some-
yes?
Some things made out of cotton and toilet paper or same variables. I don't know.
This makes it look like his hand is talking.
Toilet paper is way more complex than I thought.
This makes it seem like his hand is talking, so I'm gonna do that thing where like you make your hand like this is like that's the eye and this is like the nose.
That's not how anybody does that.
That's how he does it.
Like, you don't like have your thumb with the eyes.
And those are the teeth of the mouth.
What?
During the second year of marriage, you learn a lot about your spouse.
You do it like this.
That's not how this guy does it. I mean, maybe he was doing it like that, but then
put the eyes
cotton
on his
fell
thumb.
on his hand, and it just.
But why did he draw the eye? Like the nose? Why is his eyes? Why is his nose below his mouth?
Doesn't matter. The second anniversary stinks.
I think it does matter.
I think truthfully, paper is better than cotton. Like you said, origami, a nice love letter, something, words of affirmation. Second year, you're buying them toilet paper, socks, and like, what do you get them? Like cotton balls? Like, there's a large portion of the population that despises cotton balls because of how they feel. Like, I don't even like cotton balls. They're not like the worst, but
you can give people clothes.
Yeah, but again, that's not like, that's the thing. When you become an adult, you kind of appreciate, but it's not like an anniversary present. Like, I'm not buying my wife like
when I became an
socks
adult
or
like
t-shirt.
All the gifts I want are like,
yeah,
like, I mean, for Christmas I was like, I want normal shirts with nothing on them and like polo shirts. That's like what I asked for Christmas because I'm an adult.
Yeah, but it's not what you asked for your anniversary.
Well, I don't have an anniversary.
Well,
so.
you have one with me. You didn't ask me for anything.
Yeah, that's because you told me today that our anniversary is 2 days ago.
I got you something. It's a box of Q-tips.
Oh.
I mean, Q-tips are useful at least. But if you get somebody Q-tips for their anniversary, they take it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we've been married for 2 years now.
You should probably start cleaning your ears.
I've seen in your ears while you were sleeping. That's another movie, by the way. That's a romantic movie that I'm pretty sure takes place in New York City.
What? I looked
while you were sleeping.
Oh, not. I looked into your ears.
While you were sleeping. That's going to be the sequel. Looked into your ears while you were sleeping. It's not good.
How could the movie titled While You Were Sleeping be a love story and not a horror movie?
I don't
like
know.
Anything you do while the other person's sleeping automatically becomes creepier.
Again, I don't write movies. If I did, they'd be poor. It's a movie about a girl who like sees a man that she like, I don't know if she like likes him or thinks he's handsome, and his whole family thinks that she's his girlfriend because he like gets hit in the head and falls into a coma and she was there.
Mm-hmm.
So she pretends the whole time he's in a coma that she's his girlfriend.
So it is like a
or
horror
fiance.
movie.
And then I think, spoiler, I think she falls in love with his brother that she like actually gets to know. But it's awkward because she's like supposedly like engaged to him. It's something that if it happened in real life, people would call like the police about.
Right, yeah.
But because it was in a movie with Sandra Bullock in the 90s, it was like endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Think of, oh, by the way, you just lose the frame in the second year. Things, you've upgraded the bulletin board. It's more modern. It doesn't have a frame. You went down to the local Hobby Lobby and you're like, I could get the bulletin board with the frame, but it's like $59.99. The one without the frame is like $29.99.
Mm-hmm.
Get the one without the frame. Never really liked that frame anyway. And then you bring it home and you kind of regret that it doesn't have a frame because you miss the old frame. Even the old frame was like mildewy and stained from its years in the old dormitory where your husband used to live. Time for you to draw.
That was the end of the story. You didn't even finish your drawing. You gotta put your name and age or else it's not real art.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna let you have non-real art on our channel.
It's getting to that point where we're almost not 30 anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
What a depressing thought.
Mm-hmm. But that's what happens on your second anniversary.
Time for you to draw.
Yes. I just want to say real quick about your drawing. This drawing is just
Terrible.
the perfect example of the hand mangler. And apparently he really like apparently
strikes
you
the
get
same
it, you
victim
get
more
it.
than once.
Yeah, like because there's the first strike. And I mean you could say part of that was just his paper allergy.
Really did a number on his hand.
Then the hand mangler, like something must happen between your first and second anniversary where the hand mangler visits
I
again.
don't think it's like a guarantee or anything. I think it's just this guy. Clearly, like the pinky's drooping, and the fingers are fatter and also
Yeah.
shorter.
But like the thumb, like this thumb is pretty healthy and good. Like, and then the fingers are generally good, and then the pinky's pretty bad. I mean, a little bit of wiggliness, but then over here, just the thumb shriveled up and died.
I'm well aware that this
The
drawing.
fingers get worse.
I mean, come on.
It's just.
I'm tired. I drew bulletin boards in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well,
like this is not what you want to do for your anniversary. I get that. But like let's not make fun of the man any more than we need to.
I think I'm just talking about the hand mangler lore here.
Yeah, he doesn't like to bring it up. He had an experience not once but twice.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's allergic to a myriad of everyday household items.
That guy needs to visit the guy I drew last week.
Imagine
The one that fixes
Mm,
the things that have been mangled.
yeah, that guy's a hero. Imagine what happens when my guy touches like money. It's paper and cotton. He just like whole hand just shrivels up and puffs up at the same time.
Right.
Please draw something better.
Okay.
Do it for the fans. Do it for the fans, Benj. The fans.
For the fans.
Do it for
Okay,
Josh.
for Josh specifically.
As long as he doesn't get close to the thing. Now that I'm not drawing, I can get the poking stick.
Mm-hmm.
Poke him back to his corner.
So here's what I'm drawing. This will be the beginning of the landscape.
Ah, a cliff.
Nope.
Ah,
Like building, like skyscraper.
we're just looking at the top corner of it.
In like potentially New York. Where all love stories happen.
You know, there's never any sequels to love stories.
Yeah,
You ever notice that?
Like you would hope not.
There's like actresses who show up in multiples of clearly the same basic plot, like
Mhm.
like you were saying earlier, like Hallmark movies.
Right.
It's like a husband for Christmas, and then next year they're in a movie called A Husband for Thanksgiving, and then the next year is like a boyfriend for Hanukkah, and it's like the
What's
same woman,
Wasn't
like
there
Vanessa Hudgens.
well, I thought some of hers actually were like sequels because they have
Oh
like,
yeah, the
Christmas
Prince.
Christmas. Yeah, where it's like the plot is basically the Prince and the Pauper.
So I know that at least my mom watches our channel. Mom, if you could explain to us how there's a sequel to Love Stories, that'd be swell. Is it?
Well, like I mean, it could be. Again, I've never even seen one of them, but it could be like the main because isn't the whole point of that there's like two sets of twins, Vanessa Hudgens twins
Wait,
and the Prince's
I
twins.
don't know.
And like it's like a Prince and Pauper situation, but both of them. And so it could be like they fall in love, and then the sequel is the other pairs of twins falling in love.
And then the other
That way it
sequels,
could be
like
the
there's
same
actually were
actors.
actually triplets.
There's actually triplets, yeah. They also fall in love
That would be on point for my understanding of like Hallmark
hilarious.
movies.
because it would just be like the same actors falling in love, like every sequel.
That would be pretty great,
But
actually.
it's like
We should
oh,
pitch that
actually,
to
it's quintuplets.
we should pitch that to Hallmark Channel. Every Christmas they can release the same movie,
Yes,
but also
but like
different.
slightly different.
Like I would be more.
Like the actors don't even have to refilm most scenes.
It's just like the new costumes and
Yeah.
different sets, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But like I would be more encouraged to watch that than I would normal Hallmark love
Yeah.
stories, just out of curiosity of the laziness they put into the filming.
Yeah.
You're clearly drawing Batman,
Mm-hmm. That does seem to be what I'm clearly drawing.
except you've drawn the Canada leaf.
It's like potentially the Batman symbol.
I think it's like a maple leaf. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna summon
whatever.
Canada Man or Maple Man,
doesn't
Hockey Man.
really matter. What,
Nice, friendly. Thank you.
doesn't really
Sorry,
matter what
man.
it looks like
Maple Man would be pretty great.
Maple Man.
Yeah. You know you'd like to see Maple Man.
No, what this symbol is a much better symbol.
The two poor artist symbol.
Exactly.
Wait, we have a symbol?
Yeah.
Like our two faces?
Yeah.
That's a lot of detail you have to get on like a
It doesn't have to be
like a
good.
light on a
Have
cloud.
you ever seen our drawings?
What do they do in Gotham on like a cloudy day?
Isn't that when it works best?
I mean, sorry, like a
like a sunny
clear day.
like a sunny day, sunny night when they're summoning Batman.
And if it's a sunny day, they're just out of luck.
They're like, oh, we need Batman right now, and it's like, oh, but it's middle of the day. We can't possibly summon him.
Just one of the many reasons Superman is better. If you need Superman, you literally just whisper it and he'll
Yeah.
hear you. Batman, you need a cloudy day. You need a guy on a roof. You need the perfect cloud in the right spot.
This might be the worst version of my.
It's okay.
Fine.
It's a shadow on a cloud.
Yeah.
The fact that it has
And-
pupils, like this would be incredible to see up in the sky. If I look up at a cloud and I see that level of detail,
You're like, this is not the two poor artists. This is clearly someone decent.
why would anybody summon us in the dead of night?
Well, see, I was looking up the and I had to draw your like a horrible soulless eyes.
They are not soulless in my original drawing. It's just
they
impossible
are.
to recreate them. Oh gosh, I'm so angry.
And you have like that one
Why'd you
raised
put them-
eyebrow.
Why?
This is what it looks like in your original.
It is not what it looks like on our logo. I look awesome is what I look. I look like the mad scientist who's like disappointed in the rest of society for not being as smart as he is.
Just like all poor artists are.
I mean, it's not a bad interpretation. You look like you're trying not to make eye contact with me.
It kind of looks like I'm afraid of you.
Exactly. I mean, it isn't bad enough. You shine that up in the sky, crime will stop. Every criminal who was like robbing like a convenience store, it just looks like you. They put on their glasses and turn away from crime.
The science is not sciencing, though.
What you mean? The symbol doesn't match the.
Andrew gave Isaac a longer beard.
Just it's a shadow on a cloud. The fact that it looks anything like our symbol is to be they're fixed.
There you go. The science works now.
Just
The maple leaf Batman.
what I don't understand is how this is anniversary of the sequel.
Yeah. Well, see, I looked up the word sequel, and apparently it comes from Latin, and it means body of followers. So
Well, there they are.
here's what I'm claiming. Now that
You already
it's
said
our-
something in Latin, so like at least 5 viewers fell asleep.
I just said it comes from Latin. I
Yeah.
didn't even say a word
So boring.
in Latin. But what I'm claiming is that in the near future, like during our third season here,
This is like a
we're
prediction.
gonna like our fans, our body of followers, as you might say, are going to start like requiring our services more.
Oh.
So they're gonna like there's gonna be. I'm gonna do something I don't do very often, which is draw stick figures.
I mean, it's at a distance.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't draw. Like there's gonna be like so many people.
There's going to be
They're just
people
like-
who wear black skin tight suits. Really skinny
Yeah, it's-
people
it's
wearing
like-
black
it's
skin
like
tight suits.
nighttime at a distance.
Yeah, but they have no clothing. Like, it's not that they're like naked. I hope.
you can't see.
Oh, the Josh in the corner.
Yeah. Josh sitting there in the corner.
Did the other followers carry him to the roof?
Oh yeah, I mean he's like one of the lead followers.
Like, he doesn't. I don't
It's-
walk.
Yeah, it's almost like a like when you have like religions or
What
like
kind of weird
pains.
cult
And
are
it's
we
like-
starting in the next year? I don't know if
it's
I'm
not like-
signed up for this. I mean, I guess we became artists, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah. And then just like a real
Oh, is that one of our followers jumping?
no.
Oh,
It's just
it's Batman. Interpretive Batman. What the heck is that?
you'll understand.
Giant Batarang.
You might not understand why I'm doing it, but you'll
It's a
understand.
W
Exactly.
for
W.
two poor artists. Spelled with a what? We come in peace. Is this scribbled in like skywriting in the sky?
No. This is like a lot of people yelling.
Like, because they're angry
No.
about the people who went up onto the roof and somehow
No, all
created that
all
image.
of New York loves us.
Oh,
That's part of our body of
so it's like a
followers.
love story in New York.
Yeah, but us. Not me and you specifically, but the two per
I mean,
artist.
I love you like an artist
Like an artist.
loves another artist.
As any artist loves another.
Yes.
I realized this is. I realized what words I wanted to say, and it's more than I wish.
We need you to 20. We need you to. Oh, that's lame. That was so obvious. Why didn't I think about that? We need you to pop. We need you to poo. Oh no. What does this say? We need you to.
And then
Oh.
less people are talking now.
That's how most shouts go. We need you to pour our-" It's like one guy, Josh in his chair by the end. Oh, they're on the ground.
Yeah, like
What is happening in the next year?
so. Like all of New York is like yelling this.
I
Except
imagine
for the
that-
last word. Some people stop.
I imagine at this point we have to like parachute in through the spotlight.
Here will be us parachuting in.
You don't have to draw that.
We'll have like one of those like
Like a double parachute. Like I'll be strapped to your chest.
no, it'll be like one of those like stick things.
Oh, like a hang glider.
Like a hand glider.
Hang glider. We're hanging
and
from
it's
it.
both of us. We're like on there.
Wow, this is gonna be a great year.
We're flying in. And
Why is it a hang
everyone's like-
glider? Seems dangerous in the middle of the night.
Yeah, well,
You don't see too many
we
people.
we practice it a lot.
Does it have like a big ballpoint pen drawn on it?
Yeah, like on the top.
Yeah.
You can't see it obviously, and it's also nighttime, so you would never be able to see it. But it does.
But you know it's us, because
Yeah.
who else hang glides in
Mm-hmm.
the middle of the night?
Yeah, well, while everyone's like cheering for us, and you know, this is our body of followers that we gain.
I just want to say, if this happens in the next year, A, incredible. B, if the person who designs our spotlight, try not to make me look so angry. Because, like, if I hang glide it, I see that, I'm going to be like, who are they expecting with Benj? Like, Satan and Benj.
You can tell that whoever drew this version of you clearly never watched the Reese's video.
Don't talk about that.
If anybody wants to know,
We don't talk about this.
our face reveal.
Well, it's been fun.
our face reveal.
We
on
don't
the
always.
Reese's video.
Well,
Yeah, Josh is in it.
it's not something to brag about. Come on, you guys. That was when we were young and immature, and before we had the following we do now. Before we were worried about tainting our image. Now we did it ourselves. Well, I approve of this. This is better than the sad one-bedroom apartment that's falling apart. We can only hope. I mean, I picture this spotlight being on top of our hotel.
Right, yeah.
Our New York City hotel.
This is our hotel.
Yeah, and like every night as like a performance piece, the citizens of New York get together and scream for us.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the word artist.
Yeah, well, it just died off.
Yeah, and then we hang glide to them, and I don't know. We come down and sign autographs for a couple hours, and everyone goes to bed in our hotel.
In our hotel. All these people stay at our hotel, and they get a look at our art.
So that's
as
like
they
what we
fall
do.
asleep.
Like as they're walking around, like they showed up in the morning, they checked in, they viewed the gallery,
Yep.
they went to the restaurant that we've never discussed, where we
Also draw art.
drew the menu. We don't make the food.
But the food.
Maybe one day we'll design the menu for the Two Poor Artists
the food
Hotel.
could be like our designed after our.
It'd be
art.
named after, like the dishes be named after pieces of art we did.
Yeah.
And then they go to their room where they have a unique piece of art in every room.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometime after dinner, this happens
Yes.
every night.
Every night. Sometimes it's actors looking like us because we can't do it every night. We
That explains why I don't look like myself. They're like, wait, I didn't think Isaac looked like that. But they're like, yeah, but look at the skylight. That's clearly what he looks like.
It's kind of like, because like it looks like we're coming in on this thing, but really we're coming in on like a
Wire?
like a wire.
Oh gosh, that's,
we can
that's way less
to
cool.
make it safe.
We're gonna have to start practicing hang gliding
Yeah.
this month.
Mm-hmm. Like we
They also have to really start construction on the hotel.
Yeah.
If any hotel artist,
It's kind of
if any hotel
Well, the hotel will
Mongol
probably
is just
the hotel will
ready.
probably already exist as a hotel.
Oh,
They'll be like, what's a popular hotel in New York?
the Plaza.
Like the Plaza. Yeah, the Plaza is going to call us up one of these days and be like, we want to rebrand ourselves as a two-part artists hotel.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Call it Two Poor Artists Plaza.
Yes.
That's because you literally just stuck our name in front of
Yeah.
Plaza.
Well, and we stuck this on top of it and put art in
The
every.
hang glider
Yeah.
string,
Yeah.
not string, like a wire.
Yeah.
The
Like,
fog machine that makes sure there's a cloud every night.
I remember one time I went to Disneyland and there's the Fantasia or whatever event, and they have like Tinkerbell that like flies across.
Yeah,
I remember I went. I didn't go to that. I was on the other side.
you wanted to be Tinkerbell.
No, but I saw Tinkerbell fly like real. Like I was like near where the end of the rope
Oh.
was, and like I see Tinkerbell come by, and it's just like some guy, like some like buff like gymnast guy, like wearing Tinkerbell tights, just comes right over.
Oh,
ahead of me.
really?
Yeah.
It ruined the Disney magic for you.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Imagine how disappointed our fans will be when we show up and we're actually bodybuilders.
It's not us.
Yeah.
It's our people that
See,
come
people
in.
don't really know what we look like.
yeah, and it's so far away. You're like, oh, that must be
It'd be fun to be ourselves in public, but it'd also be fun to
Mhm.
just hire like
Yeah.
jacked bodybuilders.
And then, like, so it like comes in, and then just like out of the parachute thing, like there's like a trap door, and we just like come out. But
it's like when they did the Olympics in London, and supposedly James Bond parachuted in with the Queen. And you're just
like definitely some guy,
some guy and
dressed as
some
the Queen.
other guy dressed like the Queen. Some
and
buff,
then they just like
buff guy in the
they just,
Queen's
like,
outfit.
land, and then the Queen comes out.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be us.
Of like a door behind.
You'd probably hire those same two actors.
Yeah.
Sure, they're looking
I
for
think
work.
we should make it like obvious that it wasn't even us though. Like they land and the parachute like goes over them, and we come out of the door of the hotel behind it.
So that's not even us.
Obviously, it's not us.
Maybe they could like fly into like a window upstairs,
Yeah.
and then we just immediately come out of the downstairs door.
wearing like suits.
Yeah, like exactly. Two poor artist suits
Mm-hmm.
splattered with black ink.
Yes.
That'll just look like a normal suit. You
Right,
won't even
yeah,
be able
you
to.
won't be able to tell.
But you get those like white suits, or the
Mhm.
suits from Dumb and
Yeah.
Dumber.
White
the
suit, like completely white, symbol on the back, and then black,
ballpoint pen,
and then
and we'll
black
sign
ink all over.
people's autographs.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good year.
Yep. This is the season for sure for us.
The season 2.
Season
The
3.
season 3.
So it's a sequel
The
anniversary.
sequel
third-
anniversary.
third
It's actually
season.
the 3rd year. How complicated.
Yeah, because the first year
How
didn't
it's
have.
like dog years, but for artists.
Well, it's just like two anniversaries means 3 years.
We're starting the 3rd year. Like
Yeah, we're starting.
this is the second
This-
day of the 3rd
This
year.
will happen in the 3rd year, which is now
363 days left.
Mm-hmm. Sometime. So, the Plaza, if you want to contact us
I know the manager and owner get together regularly to
and watch our videos.
watch our channel from. If you're looking for something
Yeah,
to
we
really
know- we
shake
know.
things up in New York,
I mean, you've been watching our channel, so you know that we've mentioned this many times, and you've been like questioning, like, can we be the ones that do it?
the answer to that question is yes.
Mhm.
Just make sure you stock up on
Look at how
giant
cool this
Batman
is.
lights and a couple of hang gliders.
And we know you probably can't hire the actors right away because you don't want to put too much money into it. We will do it at first.
Yeah, but like eventually,
But like eventually we'll be too busy making you money.
I'll be so busy making you money, like
That you
so
have to
much
hire
money,
someone.
so much time. We won't be able to
Yeah.
hang glide because that'll just mean less money for you.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to do that to you after you've generously given
Gave
us your
the
hotel.
Yeah.
Well, until then, happy anniversary, Benj.
Thank you. Happy anniversary, Isaac.
I'm gonna go get the Q-tips now. We can clean each other's ears.
Yes. And happy anniversary, Josh.
See you next time.
Bye.